very interesting, potentially title-swinging match in the English Premier League. Manchester City and Chelsea. In fact, sorry, not Chelsea at all. They can't be in the title hunt. It's Manchester City and Arsenal. I confused one London club for another. Forgive me for that. The point is, this was seen as a pivotal match for one very simple reason. City had 2 games in hand, and what's more is that they knew if they win this match at home, they have an easier run in, and they knew for a fact that they would be pipping Arsenal to the title potentially. And that is in fact exactly what's happened. It was a thumping win, to put it politely. A 4-1 victory for the home side. And truth be told, everyone knew that City would be starting favourites, but many were hoping, maybe, just maybe, you'd get a bit of an upset. You might in fact end up seeing, a new Premier League title holder. Because again, if you remember, for the last 6 years, 5 of the titles have been won by Manchester City. Only 1 has been won by another club, and that was of course Liverpool in the 2019-20 season. Arsenal were looking to be that one other club who could have potentially ended that run. Alas, doesn't look like it's meant to be, and truth be told, City came out like they knew they needed to win this match, because after that the title would be sealed, and that's exactly what happened. They came out early on in the block, scored a goal early on for Kevin De Bruyne. Wonderful finish from the edge of the box. Thereafter, it was plenty of domination, and truth be told, they could have doubled their lead much earlier. Haaland missed out on a good chance, De Bruyne missed out on a good chance, but that they did in fact double their lead at the stroke of halftime thanks to a headed goal from a set piece by John Stones. In fact, the goal was ruled out offside to begin with, but thereafter a VAR check proved that he was in fact onside. Goal was given, easy as you like. That was all she wrote as far as the first half was concerned. Thereafter, once it became 3-0 in the second half, and thanks to a lovely finish from De Bruyne late on in the second half, it was game over. Yes, Arsenal did in fact pull 1 goal back thanks to Rob Holding, but once Haaland scored a 4th, and we know Haaland at this point very much inevitable. He's now broken the record for the most number of goals scored in a 38th season Premier League. 35 goals, that's the mark he's had. He's inevitable, and at this point, so does it seem to be the case as far as Manchester City's title hopes are concerned. Very much on the inevitable side. They have 2 games in hand still. Should they win, though, they'll have, of course, a 4-point lead. Now, of course, there's still every chance of a slip-up because they have like 7 odd matches left. But this very much looks like game-set match as far as the Premier League is concerned. Arsenal, you have to give it to them. They were very spirited throughout this particular season. Unfortunately, they did slip up at moments when they knew that, they had to be winning. That must-win attitude hasn't quite yet developed, and what's a very young side, weren't helped by a few key injuries to players like William Saliba, who was of course an absolute general in the center of their defense. So that's the update for you guys, and truth be told, as I said, not a very surprising result. Arsenal didn't really look like they were in the game for the most part. City were always the favourites, and that is how the match ended. 4-1. The master in Pep Guardiola has once again schooled the student in Mikel Arteta. Can Arsenal bounce back from this next year? Well, that'll be the hope. For now, they'll have to settle for the fact that they actually got in a very good title race with City, but in the end lost out to the rather better well-oiled machine. There will be more investments in the summer because they'll have Champions League football, but it's about starting over, learning from these mistakes, and hopefully maybe we're seeing a better title race next year than what we've seen this time around, maybe involving clubs like Liverpool and Chelsea as well. We don't really know, or Manchester United or Spurs. That's the beauty of the Premier League. It does get competitive. This season, though, does seem done and dusted unless something major happens. But that's it for now for us in this breaking news update from Sports Today. Thank you guys for joining us. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget, like, share, subscribe, tap the bell icon, leave us a comment, follow on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Don't forget to download the Sports Tech app as well. And if you're on the channel, go ahead, check out some other videos that we've done. For now, from our side, good night and goodbye.